this is something that's very passionate to me, and I think it's vital that we learn from programs that have found some success. But what is success? You just mentioned it's not paperwork. It's not getting paperwork done. That is not success. And often we vote for bills that sound real good. They have a really nice sounding title, but they don't really bring the success that we should be looking at and what we're talking about today. You talked about succeeding in a family. And I want to add to that, succeeding in a family, even if you never had one growing up. That's where success comes in my opinion. And there's a difference between government oversight and a nonprofit oversight. Because the things I've been involved in, when you're a donor to that nonprofit, you take a role in oversight because you care. And there's volunteer oversight that's involved. And those are the right motives for what we're trying to do. We visit, we get to know the children. We look for evidence-based solutions. And again, with a different definition of success rather than it just being paperwork. And the idea that moving from one chaos to another is just so heart-wrenching. I've been in a lot of things. I've been a big brother. I've always been looking for opportunities for people that would not normally have them. And what we're talking about is an opportunity for loving, caring, developing, and stable environment, especially for those that rarely get that opportunity. And my wife and I, we have a 10-year-old son and a 6-year-old adopted daughter. It's one of those beautiful things we've been able to do. But I want to talk about the agency we used. So the woman who runs it, she's an attorney. She's an adopted mother of 2. And she decided to become an adoption professional. And I have a letter from her that I will like to submit for the record here today.
Without objection.
They talk about voluntary surrenders of children from their biological parents and making the best connection. In every situation, said, we place the best interest of the child at the center of our decisions. And we see our role as a lifelong commitment to the children we have placed and the adoptive families that we have served. There's no aging out. There's no aging out. And we have a relationship with the birth mother. What child doesn't want more people loving them? So there's a lot of different situations that exist. We have to have flexibility. You have to gear it towards the child's needs, and what's going to work best for everyone involved. I'm involved with something in Cincinnati I have for 30 years or so, Boys Hope, Girls Hope. And this is a program that it's a combination of what we talk about. You still have the family involved, and yet we get a better environment. And so parents say, I want my child in this program. And basically we call it a scholarship. And as early as 4th grade, because the home situation is not good, the child lives in a home where they're mentored, where they're safe, where they're stable, where they're developed, and they go to good schools. And this is all private. And we see them through high school, college, and they come back. It's part of a family. And their families are involved. There's the Thanksgiving party, the Christmas party. They go home on the weekends. But we've turned this into a scholarship, and these kids are proud. There's opportunities all over the place. And yes, it's faith-based. But we don't proselytize. You don't make someone join your religion or anything like that. But it's those Christian values, Judeo-Christian values, that are in place that make the difference. I see you nodding. First of all, I'm so proud you're from Ohio. Thanks for being my neighbor. But I just want to say, what are some of the things you would recommend to states if they have flexibility with the dollars they get to enhance successful programs and maybe specifically through Title IV-B?
I'd love to see organizations do more job shadowing for youth, bring them along. Like I said earlier, foster youth need more opportunities. They need to be shown what they're capable of. And so I'd love to see more job shadowing from organizations. And something that my church did was they invested in me before I aged out of the system. So I think that we talk about the foster care system and how to support youth a lot, like once they age out. And that's actually a very reactive solution. These children deserve us to be proactive for them. And so we need to be serving them and reaching them before they age out of the system. And so one of the things that my church did was they actually covered for me, they paid for me to go through this financial budgeting program. They prepared me. So by the time that I was aged out, I had money saved up. By the time that I was aged out, I knew what a budget was. I knew what investment was. And I knew how to manage my life as an adult because of the work that was done before I was an adult.
Well, I'd like just to finish with a quote I heard from a caregiver 100 years ago or more. There are no bad children, only bad environment, bad training, bad example, bad thinking. Then I yield back.